I'll video you.
I did it! Hey everyone, today we'll be washing the backpack for the long trail. It got pretty filthy on the Appalachian Trail. Let's see how dirty it got. All right, I don't get all dolled up for you, so don't expect anything pretty. Here we go, let's do it. So this bag has never been washed the entire trail, and a lot of people's bags really stink. This one don't smell great, but don't smell awful. One thing Snow Bear and I got doing when we're at hostels is we would lay our bags in the sun. You just lay them out in the sun, because this is what gets really stinking, is all this in here. You just lay it in the sun, and the sun is a natural purifier. It like burns off all that crud. It significantly reduces the odor. It just kills everything, all the bacteria and stuff, by laying it right in the sun. But it's never been washed. I never washed it the full 2,200 miles. All right, so hold on. Today we're going to be using warm to hottish water. I don't want boiling hot, but really warm water to try to get the oil and the crud out of here. We're going to heavily slosh the pack around in some dish soap. Dish soap, because it gets all the oils out of the material. All the oil that comes off your skin and stuff, it'll help get that out of the pack. Then we're going to rinse it really well, and then we're going to actually wash it with this Mick Wax tent wash gear. We're going to wash it with that and actually use the scrub brush to scrub it down the best we can and get it nice and clean. And then once it's nice and dry, we're going to waterproof it. I don't know if that's right. I can get a lot of flame. There's supposed to be some special way to wash a pack. It's a pack. We're going to wash it. Let's do it. Number 2. Number 3. This is boiling hot water. I want to get the water hot enough to get the oil and stuff out of the bag. And that's probably hot enough. Woo. Now let's try to get a dramatic look of the bag going in. I got to add some soap. You guys can see the entry here. All right. All that stuff on the ground I don't want to step on. Normally a little bit goes a long way with the old dish soap, but we'll see. Here we go. Cowabunga. Wow. You guys probably can't see it, but there's a lot of crud coming out. Woo. Wow. All right, we're gonna let that soak. Let that soak in the hot water, trying to get the oils and stuff out of it. And cool off a little bit. That's hot. So we're abusing one of Jen's spoons. I use it to stir the old bag around. Get all this crud out of it. Guess it's not too waterproof. I don't know, it's holding quite a bit of water. Brush. This is from the dollar store. Literally, it was $1, and it has softer bristles. They're not super hard bristles. water's still hot. What you just saw me peel off was, this is starting to wear where it rubs on the bottom of my back, and it created chafe on my back. But I found by layering, that was Gorilla Tape. But if I layer KT tape or Gorilla Tape, it stopped the pack from wearing and it stopped chafe on my back. But a lot of thru hikers deal with chafe on their back from these straps, and you have to look at and see if there's an irritant, on the strap. And if there is, and if you have KT tape or Leuco tape, I actually found Leuco tape not to work. Leuco tape actually was more irritant. The KT tape is nice and soft, and the Gorilla Tape is just super smooth. It's plastic, you know, it's whatever, it's tape, but it's super smooth. The Gorilla Tape and the KT tape work the best, but if you have an irritant on your belt, you have to find it and then think about taping it. All right, so this is the final slosh before we start rinsing it. It's been soaking for a good while, and the water is really dirty. It's not jet black like I thought it'd be, you know, really black, but it's definitely dirty. Just trying to get any of that last bit of crud slopped out of those holes and stuff in that back foam. I am the washing machine. All right, so now we're going to rinse it off with the hose. I put away everything I didn't want to get wet because this is going to get messy. So now we're onto this stuff. It says wet item surface with water. I think I got that covered. Spray product evenly outside of fabric from a distance 6 inches. Rub in well with a damp cloth sponge brush if necessary to remove stubborn stains. Rinse with clean water. I'm mainly doing this to get any of the dish soap off the bag, because this stuff prepares the material for the waterproofing. It's a kit. This and the waterproofing came in a kit, and we've used it on a couple of our tents, and I really liked it. I want to go easy here. I don't want to hurt this mesh anymore, and it has to be, really want to wash it good, but this mesh gets a lot of wear. I don't want to over scrub it. All right, so we're hanging the bag. I've gone almost through 2 batteries in the GoPro. This card's almost full. Hanging the bag, let it dry a little bit. The waterproofing we're going to be using requires the bag to be wet, damp actually, so I need to start doing that. And I want to show you the water. That's the water that the bag came out of. I mean, it is dirty. Pretty nuts how much dirt and crud your bag will hold. All right, so now we're gonna waterproof the bag. I just stuffed it full of random stuff, shoe boxes, packing stuff, and we're gonna go ahead and waterproof it. The neat thing is, look how quick it's dried. This has only been like 25-30 minutes. It's already drying, which is crazy to me how quickly it's drying. This is the stuff we're going to be using as I throw it around. I got gloves I'm going to use because stuff gets tacky. Yeah, I'm going to re-damp it because the bag is supposed to be damp. And then we're going to spray it down and waterproof. The crazy thing is it's still waterproofed. I waterproof my bag frequently. You see how it's all beading up? So I don't know how much this is going to really take. But we'll get the seams and put a coating on it. That's crazy. The one thing is, like, when you're waterproofing your bag, if you have one of these back pouches, you want to waterproof inside that pouch because the water will run down, and you want to make sure this material is as waterproof as it can. And this material gets a lot of wear from stuff going in and out, so it wears off that waterproof coating. A little bit of this goes a long ways. I only have a little bit left, but this isn't that big of a bag. You spray it on, and then you wipe it in. That's how that works. I seam sealed this bag with seam sealer, all the seams back mid-year. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Redoing it. I just want the material sealed at least. Is the whole focus here. And the bottom. The bottom is probably the most important part. Because you're always setting the bag down in stuff and in water and mud and all that. So the bottom is probably the most important part. And the bottom of my bag looks so good because whenever I take my bag off, if I'm setting it down on the ground for the night or rest, I'll take it off and I'll put it on my foot. I'll set the bag on top of my foot, and then I'll get my my Tyvek cloth out, the one that has the writing on it, and I'll put it on the ground, and I'll set my bag on top of the Tyvek cloth. I did that probably 80% of the time. I mean, there's always days where you're having a day and the pack just comes off and goes flailing, but for the most part, I did that the whole trip. I would take the pack off, set it on top of my foot, get the Tyvek out, lay the Tyvek on the ground, and set the bag on top of the Tyvek. And Snow Bear and anyone who hiked with me will attest to that. Most of these bags have tubes for water, for, you know, inside the water bladders. This is where probably I would argue that probably 80-85% of your water is going to enter your bag is through these holes that tube runs through for the water bladder. I'm never going to use a water bladder, so I sealed them. You see how I did this seal to seal that joint so that it reduces the water getting into my bag. All right, with that, I think I'm done. I'm going to seal this waterproof case here. This is what my phone goes in. And this keeps the water off the phone. I just keep the phone right in here during the rain. You gotta make sure the flap's down, but I haven't had any issues yet, knock on wood. But I waterproof the heck out of this. Especially the flap, because the flap is where most of the water is gonna hit first, and then it'll just run off the bag. But my biggest gripe with this bag is the chest strap. These things slide up and down. There's no way to hard lock them, so I had to glue them. I had to glue these straps where they fit on my chest, and I'm gonna actually put a little bit more glue on before I leave, just to make sure they don't start sliding again after that wash. But I had to do it on both sides, because what happens is these things just slide up and down. You're constantly fighting with it all day. It's one of the biggest complaints I have with this bag, but I love the bag overall, but that is a complaint. All right, so anyone who's watched to this point, I just want to say thank you very much. I hope you found this information helpful. I did this video just to help out people who might be looking at through hiking or hiking. I never did a lot of these videos in the beginning because I didn't know what I was doing at all. And I wasn't going to give advice. I wasn't going to give recommendations. I wasn't going to do that stuff until I felt like I had some experience under my belt. And now that I've through hiked the trail, the Appalachian Trail, 2,200 miles, let me give you a pro tip. You still don't know what the hell you're doing. Every day is a learning experience. Every day you figure out something new. Every day you find a new struggle. The trail is legit. If you're through hiking in any manner, the trail is legit, and it'll humble you. It'll humble you in ways you can't imagine. So all this information today is just to give you some helpful tips. And if they help you, I am very grateful, and I'm happy that they help you. So please leave in the comments if any of this stuff helped you. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. And as always, thank you for watching, and keep stepping. See you on the long trail.